I'll tell you, starting my business was probably the easiest thing I ever did. Growing my business and doing it thoughtfully with intention was the hardest thing I've ever done. Starting a book was, again, like starting the business. Oh, this will be easy. I got to tell you, 6 years it took me to write this book. It's interesting, I think about this book, and I listen to you guys, and I listen to your story. I didn't write this book to sell it. I didn't write this book to make any money from it. I really think I wrote this book cathartically to work through my journey. My book is called The Inevitable Box. You see, my dad was an entrepreneur, and I thought the way that I could gain my dad's favor was to become an entrepreneur. I would gain his favor. I'd gain his love by doing something that he thought was relevant. It's interesting. Several years ago, I looked up and I realized that I hated the company that I had created. I had spent the previous 16 years of my life pouring my heart and soul into a company that I no longer liked. I didn't realize what had gone wrong. I didn't understand why I didn't have the passion for my work anymore. I didn't understand why I didn't have the zest for the growth and all the great things that we were doing. I didn't understand why things had changed so much. It wasn't really until I started looking at myself in the mirror as a man, but as a business owner, that I realized what had gone wrong. After spending 45 years with little to no self-awareness, I looked in the mirror, I realized that it was me that had gone wrong. Sure, there was this thing called the recession, and I like to blame, let's say, the industry that I work in. I like to blame the city that we did business in. I like to blame this employee or that employee. My favorite go-to, though, was blaming my ex-wife because it was all her fault. That's not true. But truth is, it was my fault. You see, I had trapped myself in a box. I believe our box is our identity. And many times I think our identity is sort of created and dictated on us, many times by us, but by others, by past experiences, by hurts, by sometimes things that we're not really paying attention to. So our business grew. We had exponential growth. We were $1 million in the first year. We were $2 million in the second, 3 in the third, and it kept growing that way. And I thought it was all about me. It was operating for about my reward, my accomplishments, my goals, the honors that we could accumulate. And as we got bigger and bigger and bigger, I realized there was less and less satisfaction in this. You know, in the recession, it gave me a gift. It gave me silence. It quieted the chaos. Because while things were busy and we were running and things were active, it was perfect. Everything was just perfectly chaotic. But it was so far from perfect. You realize what I had done is I had stopped and I had failed to make my business not just a reflection on me, but a reflection on me and all the wonderful people that walked beside me. You know, we were just honored last week to celebrate our 25th anniversary. And the thing that's amazing about that is I would not be here. There were so many people, even friends and colleagues in this room, that I wouldn't be in business if they hadn't come along and helped us along the way. But you see, I failed to take the time to tell my staff that unique lesson. So the inevitable box, the characteristics that make us who we are, right? The insecurities that drive us to open our business, the need, the greed, the passion, whatever. Many times those characteristics show up in the midst of it all. I made a mistake. I didn't hire or get a partner. People say, oh, don't have a partner, Clarke. Just do it on your own. Problem with not having a partner is you're a single parent. There's nobody to hand the crying baby to. And I've been doing that for 25 years. So you see, in the silence, it gave me this gift. It gave me a gift to recognize that we were remarkably honored to work with some amazing people. And we were honored to work with not so amazing people. But my book is about the inevitable box. It's about understanding the constriction and the limitations of sometimes our own characteristics, but how to break through that box. The subtitle is The Quest for Significance. You see, I thought by working with famous people, by working with celebrities, by affluent people, clients of great stature, that would make me significant. And that's how I operated for a long time. It wasn't until I realized that my significance will be found in taking my story and sharing it with others. That's why as I started working through this last night, more than the speech I had, because I told Phoebe, you don't know how hard it is to write a 5-minute speech. So I wrote the speech, and I got rid of that and that and that and that, and got it down to this. And I realized that this great honor, this what you guys are doing, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't want to make money, be an event planner, and write a book. I'm kidding. I told somebody a minute ago I should have written sheet music because nobody reads anymore. The Inevitable Box, the musical. But my point is, people might listen. But through my journey, I realized that one, I want to be true to me. Moreover, I want to be true to my community. I want to be true to my legacy. But I have to be true to the people that work with me and honor me and show up on my behalf. And I have to honor their work and their contribution to my firm. So the difference now is I claim that they're my divine capital. They're different than anything that's ever happened before. I now pick the clients that I want to work with. I don't work out of fear. I don't have to say yes to take another piece of business to stoke my ego. I just have to do quality work with quality people for quality reasons. And so in writing my book, there are some deep pitfalls in this book. Great successes, great highs and great lows. But that's the journey we're all on. And I think the only reason that makes this worth it, the only thing that makes this worth it, is if we truly turn our light, our unique story, on the path behind us and share it with everyone else coming behind us, coming for their own reasons, on their own journey that is not that much different from our own. So I honor all of you guys. I applaud all of you guys for sharing your story and being vulnerable enough to stand up here and do that, because it's through these shared stories that we will elevate our community. Thank you.